that the cotton gin changes everything, and that's kind of true. Up in the north, if you remember going all the way back to the colonial era, we can see that manufacturing is going to take hold up in the north first, and the first factories are going to be built near those fast-moving streams because they're using water wheels. Now, over time, especially when we get into the 1830s and 40s, those water wheels are going to be changed into steam production. So they're going to use coal and steam engines to power those factories. So they move a little bit further away from just those rivers. Now, the factory owners are going to argue for a tariff. Now, what is a tariff? A tariff, of course, is a tax on imported goods. It's designed to protect industry. Okay, so by taxing the foreign products as it comes into the country, it makes those foreign goods products more expensive, which means Americans are more likely to buy American goods. And that's relatively true, but it's not all great because it's bad for consumers. Because of two reasons. One, it makes the foreign products more expensive, but also because those factory owners are going to know that they have competitors that are have to charge more, and that means that they're going to raise their prices a little bit as well. So it artificially increases prices, and that's going to make people that rely on buying products from manufacturers angry. People like farmers, like in the South, where they're going to be reliant on cash crop agriculture. So we're starting to see some regional conflict here between the northern industrialists and the southerners. It's also not that great for the consumers because it raises prices on them. It's also not that great for the factory workers because they're kind of stuck in jobs that have a fixed income. This is where we also see the Lowell mills. The Lowell mills started off as a model town where they would hire women to come and work in the factory, live there. They would be provided all these amenities, I don't know. But they're provided all this stuff, food, clothing, shelter. They even had after work activities. But over time, what happens is this model town turns into a grimy city. And the women that were hired, they start not to be treated very well. They got low wages, and the conditions, as the demand became more for these factory produced items, these textiles, they're expected to work longer hours in worse conditions. And eventually they go on strike, and they were described as ungrateful women. And what ends up happening is they brought in Irish immigrants to work in the factories and fired most of the women. These women would have been relatively young, unmarried women, and they're let go. There is a regional conflict between this, but there's also regional connection because all of that cotton that's being grown in the southern plantations now is going to be fed into those northern textile industries. So we can see a connection there. So the northern states are not entirely blameless in the whole slavery system.